One of the highlights of the 2025 F1 season has actually been Max Verstappen's side quests at the Nürburgring-Nordschleife. His 2 race weekends at the Green Hell, which included a GT4 outing to obtain his license, and then followed that up with the GT3 victory in the Ferrari a few weeks later. The motorsport world was buzzing during those weekends, and the impact from Verstappen's Nordschleife outings is still being felt. In a groundbreaking change, Germany's Motorsport Federation is changing access regulations for the DMSB Nordschleife permit. Thanks to the influence of Max Verstappen, for the first time ever, the Federation will take into account sim racing events. The DMSB permit, or simply put, Nordschleife license, is a race permit which is mandatory for participation in racing events on the Nordschleife, such as NLS, VLN, or the ADAC 24-hour race. Regardless of your previous accomplishments, like being a 4-time Formula 1 world champion, every driver must go through this permit process. There are many permit levels, but for DPN Level B, which includes NLS races in smaller cars like V2 to V5, candidates will now be able to participate in official sim events of the Nürburgring-Langstreckenserie. Finishing 3 of 4 races in the digital NLS series without penalties can now be used as an entry into starting the RCN races, which is the second league below the NLS. This sim racing avenue is only applicable to Permit B holders, however. This marks another huge step forward for the sim racing world, with Germany's Motorsport Federation once again leading the way. Remember, it was them who back in 2018 officially recognized sim racing as a motorsport discipline. Changes are also coming to the Permit A holders, which includes the faster cars such as GT4s and GT3s. Following Verstappen's appearances back in September, the requirements for Permit A holders are being eased. Instead of 2 results and 14 race laps like Verstappen had to complete, now 1 result and 8 laps in a Permit B car will be enough. The minimum driving time criteria has also been removed. Traditionally, what was a very strict licensing system is now being slightly relaxed in the hopes of attracting more stars to the Nordschleife. Most famously, Valentino Rossi heavily criticized this system, but his recent comments show that the 24 hours of Nürburgring are in his plans if the circumstances are correct. A key factor in these changes was Verstappen's standout performance at NLS 9, where he won on debut for Emil Frey Racing. Prior to that race, he had no real-world experience racing in a multi-class event, but his poise and maturity really impressed the top brass at VLN. Sporting director Christian Vormann said, quote, "Verstappen's participation in an NLS race showed how crucial virtual preparation can be, especially on the demanding Nordschleife. His secret is sim racing. Verstappen has completed countless laps on iRacing in the Green Hell, including DNLS events. It was no surprise that he immediately felt comfortable." The Dutchman's impact on motorsport continues to be felt with his performances transcending different disciplines. This marks a positive change for prospecting future Nordschleife racers, but also another step forward in the sim racing world. We've talked in previous videos about Verstappen's significant contribution to the racing community, and this is just another example of that. This isn't the first time a racing federation has changed its licensing rules thanks to Verstappen. But the FIA will certainly observe these developments closely. Meeting license criteria through sim racing, even partially, might become a relevant model for the future.